Hello everyone, this is DavidViadel23 and welcome to the Mandragon's Cave. Today we are gonna be drawing Alethrion challenge from Tales of Alethrion world. Okay, so the prompt, it is Deep Dungeon. This is prompt number 19. Just so if you are new to the channel, new to this let's say project playlist, I'm gonna explain you that we have, as you can see, other drawings here that I'm gonna show you quick. Okay, so this means that this is a longer project. If you wanna follow day by day what I'm doing, you wanna see the comic, this kind of short story that I'm making during the month of November, just go to the show more section down there so you can find the link to my Instagram. In the Instagram I'm putting daily updates of what is happening. Okay, there is 2 videos so far that I've done related to this project that I'm gonna put the playlist here so you can see the progress that we have been doing week by week. Okay, today is gonna be another video, another drawing. We're gonna be drawing Deep Dungeon. So for having a little bit of context, okay, the story that we are seeing here is some sort of D&D campaign, some sort of D&D adventure, okay, epic adventure. We have a guy, a rider, that is, arriving to a plane where we have this hole in the ground, and the rider is riding a horned bull. The guy disappears, is kind of taken, is kidnapped by a shadow. You see that there are demons around, and etc., etc. You will see it in the progress of drawing my drawing. And then our ride, basically, the horned hound, happens to go in a frenzy trying to find the boss. Where is his boss? Where is his rider? Where did he go? He's trying to ask everyone and ends up finding this hole in the ground. It goes down into this dungeon, and there is this room, as you can see here, where there are doors. And what happened in the story is that because he went into this space where there was like some sort of a stream of stinking water, greenish water, very smelly, he slips, he gets all wet, and he transforms into this kind of humanoid creature shape. Okay, after this you see all these bad guys, how all those demon minions that they come from their hiding places, and they start trying to attack him, and basically they manage to throw him on the floor, blah, blah, blah. But these guys are not strong. These guys are just minions. So what happens here is that this is a sneak attack. So a sneak attack, all of them attack him, and then in the next drawing we have a sleight of hands. And with this kind of drawing I want to represent, we have the guy here covered full in demon minions. A lot of them are on the floor. They've been already defeated on the wall, just pierced in the walls and everything. This is like a cavern, like a dungeon underground. And with them, by smashing them to the walls and trying to unlock the doors with them, he realizes that all the doors so far are blocked. In this space we have 3 doors in one side, 3 doors in the other side, and 2 doors more here at the beginning, and then this other kind of cascade, let's say, or like a stream of water falling from the wall in a hole. So these kind of lines, like air, is this smell. These kind of puffs here are the smell coming from this water, okay, and everything. So for today, that we have Deep Dungeon, I wanna go into the storytelling, into the world building and the building of this kind of secret space. Okay, I think if all the doors are blocked by a wall, we should have another exit. So what is gonna be the exit? I thought our guy, because he's been defeating them all, throwing them away, I think one of these guys ended up, as you will see now, ended up stuck in this kind of hole where the stream is coming. This is just like a end of a pipe, let's say, like an entrance, let's say, for the water. Obviously, it's so small he can't fit through this hole. But what I want to try to portray here is that one of our demon minions is stuck here. Maybe I can make him the head. It can go like this, and these guys have this kind of glasses that are for flying with airplanes. This type of old style airplanes that is for one or two people. I don't know. I don't understand about planes. If there is one amongst you who knows about these things, just please feel free to specify the type of glasses or goggles that we have here, how they are called. Okay, but I wanna make the guy. Okay, maybe one hand is, or maybe both of the arms are hanging here. So I want to draw him in the middle of this circle. Some kind of saying that the liquid, the water, this stinking potion of darkness is splitting in two, and it's gonna open this line here. Okay, there is like kind of a basin at the bottom that I drawn. Okay, and I wanna draw it again like this, and the stream was straight. So I wanna make that the stream opened. Okay, we can have some of these lines coming out, like it's gonna be filling all of these. All of these can be like a puddle on the floor. Okay, that is kind of coming out. This one as well. For once in the story, and this is very weird for me and very difficult for me because I consider myself more such a character designer than environment designer, things like this. I am just gonna focus in the design. I am not gonna draw our horned hound, and I'm just gonna focus in drawing the demon minion in the middle, like this. Okay, and the environment that is gonna be the wall, basically the wall with the hole. We have this like this, and like this, a double line. We will make darkness here. Okay, we can make this like we see the trousers here. They're gonna be blue. Darkness, so we don't know this. Where is this leading from? Where is that water coming? And then we need to make these kind of lines as well. This is kind of puffs. Is kind of maybe it's hot water coming from here and everything. Okay, so a couple of drops are gonna be falling, and the intention is like, because we have the prompt being deep dungeon, we need to draw in this tiny space like there is a room behind, a very deep room or something like this. Okay, so what I want to do is probably represent that we are going in this direction. Maybe let's say let's create a point there at the very end, like this, like a corridor maybe here, or maybe like a door. There is a door here at the back. So this is gonna have to be this. This one could go in two ways. Or we do it very dark, or we only do the silhouette and we leave it white, giving to understand that at the end of this tunnel, at the end of this deep dungeon, there is a light, there is another room, there is another space that we are intending to follow this line. Okay, so probably it's better if I leave it blank without adding any type of color. And yeah, so I wanna add some lines like this, and all of this is gonna be like a tunnel, let's say. Okay, so it needs to fall. We need to have some lines like this. Okay, like this, to give the understanding that we are go in that direction. Okay, so far outside, if you can see in this drawing here, the floor is like with cobblestones with circles, like very big circles, and these circles are traps that some of these demons are opening and coming out, like this guy you see here. Okay, so what I want to do here, I don't know if you see, I'm gonna move a little bit this. Yeah, now it's better. I don't know if you can see here much, but this, okay, because we are going deeper, because we are going more inside the belly of the beast, let's say, getting closer to the bad guy that it's at the end of the story, basically, maybe it's clever to change the structure. In one of my drawings before, I kind of explain I have another creature, another bad guy that is an aberration, and this is like a worm, giant worm with arms, and this guy that is supposed to be a bad guy gives us instructions. He says, oh, this way, like you need to go down, okay? So he actually helps us. And these tunnels, in theory, are made by him, so that's why I wanted to make it like this is like a cave, even if there are cobbles on the bottom and everything. But maybe now we could go into a more elegant type of area, so it will make sense if these, for example, are like squares, okay, are perfect lines that we can go like this, to try to give them understand that this is another style of area that we are going to be entering, okay? In the games you have these things as well, depending on how the bad guy is going to be, you can make the building, the house, the hideout more elegant, more classy or no, okay? But we will keep here outside the roughness of the lines, the browns of the mud of the wall, basically, okay? Probably we can even do this with a different type of color to have a lot of contrast. I've been using a lot of yellows and a lot of browns to do the whole scene, but it can be interesting. It can be interesting if maybe we completely change the idea for this, okay? So let's see. I think I want to do, as I said, like this, and I want to leave it. I want to leave it like this, okay? So now it is time for us to, this needs to be like the water is running. The water is running outside like this. We can do like this, okay? Feel free as well to click on the settings in the video and make it slower if you want to draw with me and follow along with the prompt that we are drawing today as well, or drawing your own prompt. 1 second, I forgot to draw this hand here, okay? So this guy got stuck there. Needs to cover a little bit, because remember this is water falling, and when the water is falling with strength, it is gonna be, you know, creating this kind of vapor around, steam around. Maybe if it is hot, you know, bubbling a little bit, having these circles maybe a little bit bubbling. And the idea is for us to, all the doors were blocked, absolutely sealed, okay, and we want to go through. So let's draw now. I'm using, for this project, the Pigma Micron 005. This is a fine liner by Sakura from a pack of Black Edition pens. That is this one here. I showed this already in a couple of other challenges. It is very nice, okay? Very nice. For my style of drawing, you need to find obviously your own style and the material that works the best for you. For the line work, I'm using this, okay? Just so you know more or less the materials I use here in the videos. I started this project with the mechanical pencil, the big Matic 0.7. okay, this is very nice for me if I want to draw small, okay? I enjoy drawing like this in small. And as well, the color pencils I'm using here are no brand, nothing. This is just some 1 pound pack of like maybe 20 or 30 colors I bought from a random convenience store. No brand, no anything. This is very thin take of color on the paper. That's why you may see a little bit in this one that you can see the marks of the previous drawings. That is not something very nice, but I want to test these ones during this month to see if I can combine them with other colors, okay? I always say you don't need the best and the most expensive material to draw. you just need to have something and yeah, start drawing. Okay, let's do all of these, the horns. This is gonna be the back when we see the blue of the jeans. Okay, and then we are gonna do these lines. When you do this kind of water, be irregular, okay, because water, if water is uncontrolled, like in this aspect, before it was falling inside, clean stream, like a line, like a stream, like a waterfall, like a cascade, okay. But if now we change the course and the water is overflowing, think about irregularities, okay. The water is gonna go everywhere. Like if you open your tap and you put a spoon underneath, it's gonna jump everywhere, okay, go on the floor, go on the counter and everything. So this is something similar as well, okay. So we're gonna do some kind of steamy bubbles there floating as well, like this, you see. This is something that for my comic style works, okay. If you want to do something more realistic, obviously you will need to work with the water kind of type of texture for these areas, and then this was gonna be more transparent with opacity, something like this, okay. But again, for my comic that I have, like this comic cartoon style, this works beautiful, and that's how I like to draw, okay. So all the water is overflowing here. We do some circles and things. I love to do these tiny circles, tiny bubbles, like something is like a effervescent, okay, like when you put like a medicine or something in your water, in your glass of water, okay. So far this is going very nice, okay. Doing like this, and this is gonna be dark. We don't want to know and we don't want to see where this road is ending, or with this way, or from where it's coming, okay. This in theory is a tiny hole. These demon minions are tiny. Let's say if you compare it with your size, maybe these are up to your knee tops, so they are very tiny demons. Obviously you don't put the water clean, so you can have some droplets here falling as well. And now for the tunnel area, like this, we open this type of perspective. I am doing everything freehand, but if you want to do this properly, let's say this is someone hired you to do a job, or to draw a comic, to draw a story for them, you want to do things properly, like not freehand, you will have to use the rulers to find the point where everything is converging there at the end, to throw the perspective for you. I can do a video at some point about perspectives that I may add to my learn how to draw collection, that I'm gonna put here as well, so you can, if you are beginner, learn some of the basic steps, some of the basic knowledge to go into drawing, okay. So again, as I said, we are gonna play with structure in this other side of the gallery dungeon area, okay, where we need to do lines. This is not a perfect science, but we know that as we go further, this is further, the lines should start to get closer, because that is the distance in this perspective, okay. So we are gonna freehand, as I said, try to do something to simulate that, and the very end is gonna be so close that they actually are almost even touching each other, okay. So you see there is a progression. I need another one here. There is a progression on how we are here, going slowly from more lines to less, to create a little bit of perspective. Obviously all of this freehand, obviously all of this with a pinch of salt. This is just as well playing with your imagination to see how everything is gonna work, okay. So in the middle I wanna do this kind of arch here, to give the understanding, okay, that this is a passage. Like when we are watching Harry Potter, for example, that the twins have the Marauders map and have this tunnel passage behind the witch statue, and then you enter and you see something in this line. Okay, so we see how this is working like this. When we are painting and adding the color, we will do as well lines in that sense. Okay, let's see. As I said, for all of you who don't know about the challenge, this is Alethrion Challenge 2025, organized by the guys creating the project called Tales of Alethrion. You are gonna have in the show more section, you just have to click it and open the display, so follow the text. You will see there their YouTube channel where they have their animations. They are a studio that they are making Skjaldborn. They are making this project about an epic adventure of multiple travelers and adventurers and heroes following the map to find the X. And at this point there is a lot of lore, there is a lot of stories creating this world, a lot of characters, very nice characters. They have merch, they have table game, they have a video game, they have, you know, figurines, very nice figurines. They have a lot of things that you can as well go to the website that I'm gonna put in the show more section. Have a look. You can have a look to the Instagram to see the updates that they do normally, the website to see the whole world, the YouTube channel to see the videos and the mini comics and the mini stories that they do. Okay, you can buy their concept art books as well, so you see how they work, some sketches, some you know, background drawings and paintings as well, some description of the characters, very interesting, and it is 100% recommendation. So if you are like me, someone who likes Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, and this kind of stuff, that it is fantasy, epic fantasy, it's an adventure, you need to defeat the bad guys, and there is magic around, you can't miss Tales of Alethrion. Tales of Alethrion is beautiful. The challenge, I've been doing it already for, I think, 3 years more or less. I'm gonna put the previous one where I've done creatures here, so you can have a look to all the creatures, and by watching that video you will recognize some of those creatures in this story, because I wanted to as well add it to my own world and say, you know, now that I'm creating random creatures, and now that I'm making a story this year, why not make it in a way that it makes sense, and I have characters placed in an environment, let's say in this dungeon, in these planes. Okay, in Instagram, if you are an Instagram person, you will see how all of the posts where the drawings are, okay, day by day, they have a little bit of a story. I invite you to read it, because that is my interpretation, that is my take on what is happening in the story. Obviously, because this is a drawing challenge and we are limited to 31 drawings, we do not have room or time, better said time, because one drawing per day, it consumes a lot of time. We don't have the room, let's say, to draw more. Okay, in normal circumstances, to tell a comic, to explain, well, to do a comic, you will have to have multiple panels, more scenes to define the transition properly, so it's not jumpy. But here I'm trying to do it more easy, just prompt, do a little drawing, that it could be more connected as well to children's book illustration, let's say, where you can see what is happening in the text, and then have the drawing to accompany you with this reading, a little bit like that. So in the Instagram posts, you have all the description that for me is happening in the story. Obviously, like every single piece of art, you can interpret. It is open to interpretation, and for you, maybe I see this scene here like all blah 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 with the water, with the thingy, but for you is evoking something else, or mystery, or surprise, or you already expected this, I don't know, things like this. So you need to read the text, see the drawing, and if you want to see the drawing first and then interpret what do you think is happening, and then read the story, that can be as well interesting for you. Okay, so the water in this story. These streams are greenish. I used multiple greens, different types of greens, because I want to showcase the water in a way that it is not regular. It is maybe coming from a place, from an area that is some sort of a let's say potions area, or like they are making something, and maybe this is the residue, the leftover, the thing that they are ditching out or binning, and maybe the mix of so many potions are making the colors be different. Maybe later, maybe the water can be purple, I don't know, okay, but it could be interesting. You see, that can be interesting concept. You see, by talking, if you are a storyteller like me, by talking, things may come out to you, okay? They come and find you. The story is finding you, instead of you trying to find the story. This was a very nice concept. So I want to drop some purple lines, as I said, like this, because this is not regular, okay? Maybe another type of potion is dropping now here through this cascade, through this waterfall. And now, if our main character, the Horned Hound, is gonna get full of this liquid, like before, maybe he's not gonna transform to humanoid. Maybe he's gonna transform, I don't know, like a snake-like, or he's gonna transform into a bird, or like a creature, or have multiple heads, or get paralyzed. Our main character got frozen, like paralyzed, like Petrificus Totalis in Harry Potter. And we do not know if he is already able to move. We don't know anything, so let's see if we are able to find him in this path. But what everything is going to, like, to the same point, like we are converging into the same point, let's say, is that there is a magic, there is some sort of magic, some sort of ability, abnormal ability, a strange ability that is creating some unusual things. The petrification, the shadow, the smell, the demons around, everything. So there are a lot of things happening. And as well, what I like to do in my stories is open the story. Like, let's say I'm limited for the prompts, like 30 days, 31 days, okay? But I'm limited to that. I like to leave it open for myself, like, let's say in a week time, or in a month time, or in 6 months time, I want to come back to the story. I want to add more things, create more characters, visit more places, create another bad guy and have to chase or defeat another bad guy. All of these things are allowed, okay? So if you are like me, someone who likes to create stories and draw stories, consider these options, okay? It's always nice, and I said it in my previous video, to have like a mental map outside of your mind. So it's not mental anymore, it's like a mood board. You can use one of your walls at home, you can use like a sketchbook or something. I would recommend to have all the papers visible, because if you have to open the sketchbook, go page by page, it is readable, yes, like when you are reading a book, but for this, think about when you are watching, and I said it as well in the previous video, think about it when you are watching one of these, how would you call it, one of these crime series that they are trying to find the guilty or the assassin or the one who committed the murder, that sometimes these guys, they have the representation of investigation, the wall is all full of papers, full of strings, connecting this, connecting that. Draw yourself the map, or a tiny map of the area of your world. Do some sketches of your characters and pin them as well there, and mark where is each one of these characters being, okay? If you see the end of each video of Tales of Alethrion, or most of the videos I believe, they have these the credits where they have these scenes of the maps. They are going through the maps, and you can see the tiny trees, the name of the towns and areas and rivers and everything. That is 100% recommendation to do in storytelling, in world building, to map your story, to see where we are going. Because this one that I'm doing at the moment, it is very like a tiny story at the moment. I do not have a map or anything yet, but I take my own advice, and maybe when I'm finished with the project and I have more time, because now it's just work and draw, I can do a map for myself and add these guys to a new story. Okay, why not? That can be very nice. So I don't want to leave it clean white, so that's why I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of yellow, maybe a tiny bit of red, like there is maybe a fire there or there is something there. Okay, I don't want to create light here because I want to convey the darkness of the space, but what I will do in a moment as well is to add some darks. Okay, I don't know if I said it at the beginning, but today I'm just here enjoying the drawing. I want to do just a chill chat here with you, chill drawing and everything. I am enjoying this challenge like a kid. Thank you very much, Mikel. Thank you very much, Tales of Alethrion team, because I love this. I live for this, for making stories, for creating characters and making worlds, and I don't imagine me without doing this. I'm here because, you know, when I was a kid, I was very fan of Disney movies. So Disney movies and Warner movies and comedy movies, they inspired me to start drawing. And with my stories, if only one person feels as well a little bit like this, what is happening with this pencil? It's 1 pound pencil. If someone else is feeling like this because he's seen, for example, one of my drawings, that's the world. That is very beautiful. That it means a lot, and it is very rewarding. Okay. Sometimes you don't have to have thousands of followers or anything. It's just by I feel very happy. Like I had this before already. Like someone telling me, oh, you know, I'm watching the videos, I'm enjoying a lot, I'm sitting with my kids and drawing and everything. That is very beautiful. That is very nice, and I appreciate it. So if I am able to help someone, instruct someone, or teach something to someone in the world of drawing, that is very beautiful. I have my background in teaching. I've been teaching for a very long time in schools, private schools, university, everything, and this is an exercise that I always like to do, like create stories and create characters to see how each one of the students, by giving them the same instructions, the same steps, how they are gonna create their own type of character. I have a very interesting exercise that is gonna take you 5 minutes. You only need pencil and paper, cheap, okay? You can do, if you have kids, or if you are bored with your friends, with your family on a Sunday afternoon, you can play this. I'm gonna put it here, and it's basically I ask everyone to do a circle, and then any shape can be worked, but you can watch the video and you will see. I ask to do a circle, and then I say, "Ooh, this circle is gonna be hairy." So how are you gonna make a hairy circle? Just the line, or you're gonna do the whole circle, for example? And then I say, "Oh, this circle that is now a 4 ball has, for example, 3 eyes. Where is the person? Where is the student? Where is the kid? Where is the adult gonna place the eyes, for example?" And then you can do like a round. If you are doing it like a game, you can do a round, and then you can do 1, 2, or 3 words or types to kind of start the game and then go around the table and say, okay, now you give information, and then someone's going to say, oh, it's going to be a hat, so everyone needs to draw a hat. It's going to be a mustache. It's going to be only one leg, for example. So all of these things, they will create a different type of character in every paper. So this is why when you are reading a book as well, for example, and you want to see it in a movie, and you are like, oh, you know, this is a movie of my favorite book, let's say Harry Potter, for example, no? Oh, a movie of Harry Potter, but I don't recognize the characters, because in your mind, in your artist mind, because we all have artist mind, you are not able to see it with the same eyes that another person is seeing it. Each one of us is interpreting this in a different way. This is why it is so important, world building and storytelling and character development, because let's say that you are working now in a professional level for a client, and the client knows what he wants, but for one reason or another he doesn't know, or she doesn't know how to draw, for example, and is hiring you as an artist to do concept, do sketches, do design and everything. Like, for example, there is this guy that I recommend you check online called Alan Lee, and Alan Lee basically has done a lot of the work, like half of the concept for I have one of his books here, Lord of the Rings, and Peter Jackson hired him because he loved some of his drawings of Lord of the Rings, of Tolkien's world, and he wanted to convey that style in some sense in the movies. Okay, so pre-production, that is, if you are talking about movies, it will be the pre-production part when you are building the visuals, building the world and everything. It is very important. Feel free to watch when you watch a movie, even online, or let's say now you have Amazon Prime and you bought a movie, and sometimes they have extras, or sometimes after the movies, like for example, I was watching the new season of The Witcher the other day. That I may do a video about it soon as well, because yeah, there was a big change in The Witcher. But for example, there, watch the series, everything, okay, and then after that there is a video of explaining how to do it. Watched as well the other day the new Del Toro movie Frankenstein, and Frankenstein from Mary Shelley's book. It doesn't have the same storyline, exactly the same storyline. It's an interpretation of his from the book, okay? But they have a very beautiful commentary with how they made many things, the props, the story, the modeling, everything, the makeup for the creature and everything, and it is very, very nice. So if you are a fan of drawing, if you are a fan of artwork, maybe this is an aspect of a project, let's say, that you like as well. Okay, so why not leaving this in white? It can be interesting if we leave it in white. If we leave it in white, it's gonna give sense of this is light and that is not light, so maybe it needs to be a little bit darker. I don't want to do it with the same tone that I've been doing this, but what we can do is maybe, why don't we make it, let's say, blue for the contrast, like it's water. It's like a river. It will be quite interesting if this is water looking like this. Okay, like this. As I say many times, feel free to ask any kind of question that you want about the drawing, about the way I am drawing or painting, about Tales of Alethrion as well. If I'm able to answer, good. If not, I can redirect you to a specific place or video that they explain something. Follow them as well in in social media, they do updates about new videos, new stories, new campaigns, new everything, and it is incredible. This very beautiful story. So I recommend 100% that you guys follow the story. Okay, it's very nice, and learn from them if you like things like this. I want to do a little bit of darkness here as well. I am using the Faber-Castell for the shadows. Faber-Castell is a more soft type of pencil, so the tip, that means that when you are working with it, it's gonna leave more grain on the paper. It's gonna be more pastel, let's say. Okay, these ones are stronger, they are harder, and they barely leave any kind of residue behind. Okay, this is good for mixing colors as well. Okay, if you have Faber-Castell, if you have Carandash as well, they are softer, but other brands like, for example, Standler or Alpino, the Spanish brand, these ones are a little bit more dry, let's say a little bit more hard. Okay, but you need to test them all, find them all, and see for your type of drawing, for your type of painting, which one is the one that works best for you. Okay, let's do this here. I am very happy with the discovery that we have done just now about the water, this stinking, rotten water, smelly water, because it's giving lore to the story. So we know now, while doing this video, we discovered that behind this tunnel here, okay, this pipe, this is a place that is leading into an area that maybe we have some sort of giant cauldron with a potion that is brewing all the time, multiple potions, multiple cauldrons smaller, that they are dripping on the floor like a dungeon, like Snape trying to work in his class and everything, and maybe they are dumping everything to this water stream that is gonna be falling here, and maybe from here going even more down and disappearing into somewhere else. Maybe because of this magic, maybe we have an even stronger, more dangerous creature more down, you know, in this dungeon. Okay, like for example in the Balrog in Lord of the Rings. If you don't know about Lord of the Rings, the Balrog are monsters as well, like creatures. They are not monsters as such, they are like they are called Myers, like Gandalf and the wizards. They are at the same level of power of them, but these guys are the bad guys. Okay, these guys came as well with the bad guy Morgoth, and later they work with Sauron as well into the Middle Earth. They were fighting the alliance of, you know, elves and humans and everyone and everything, and because they are fire basically, and they took this shape as a spirit. They were the bad guys' spirits, and they took different shapes of monsters. These guys look like fire demons, let's say, or fire dragon demons, and they are very strong. And in Lord of the Rings, what happens is that there is this very nice comment about the dwarves dug so deep in the ground that they awaken evil, that this is some dormant Balrog that was underneath one of their cities, let's say. Okay, and that is very nice. I love this concept of world building. Maybe there is some sort of creature down there. We don't know yet. Are we gonna go more down? I don't know. This line, I made it straight. I was thinking I could have done steps, but to do steps down, the perspective should have been that we are looking at it from a little bit above, okay, from here. So you see the steps, because being straight, you will only see like a hole here. And I didn't want to do a hole. I wanted to do more like a tunnel, like a deep tunnel, okay? So I think these kind of lines as well, not painting like this, like painting with intention like this, and by parts, it is giving the impression what I wanted to showcase, is conveying this kind of, okay, there is like a tunnel, there is like something enclosed that if we want to go there, we will need to walk there, okay? So it needs to have a little bit of darkness here as well, probably more here, like this, like this. Okay, this is looking very nice. I'm very happy with today's drawings. If you have been following, or if you are gonna go and see them all, I will be happy as well for you to tell me which one so far is your favorite. If you are a creative person like myself, like other travelers, other colleagues here in the video or in the Instagram, if you are as well creative and want to suggest something to see in the story, or why not showing this type of creature, or why not making an area in this way, or why not making a fire that can do this and that, feel free. Okay, if I can fit it in the story, I will be more than happy to fit it in the story. Okay, we are gonna go now for a second pass of the fine liner. Why? Because we have been working on top of the line work, and now do you see that we lost a lot of lines. Here you see that this line is stronger because I've done a second pass later, so we're gonna do the same here. For this, if you are learning, even if it is a little bit more of a hard type of pencil, it will leave some marks here. It's gonna dirty your hand. You may smudge the paper. It is not nice. Take another paper, put it here, okay? Put your hand there, and then move the paper and move the hand, so you can do all the lines, okay? For example, here, I'm gonna start by the glasses. They have this kind of sunglasses type of effect, okay? Like this, and they have this hairband around it like this, so it sticks to the head. And then these demons are hairy, so let's make the hair around. This is gonna be the trousers at the back, the teeth like little vampires, little demon vampires. Okay, don't be rushed, take your time. Here normally, if I wanna be myself, like a troll or something, while I'm drawing, I would go very close with my face, with my hands, to be able to see all the lines clean and everything. You draw in a way that you find it comfortable and good for your back as well, and for your hands and everything. We draw, we spend a lot of times drawing, and sometimes our back, our hands are a little bit tense and tired, but find your way. Here, to draw this type of drawing, it is not my ideal position, because I have the table here, the camera, the tripod, everything, and I can't go close. My head is touching almost the camera. So I recommend you find as well your way of recording, if you decide to do like me and record your work and do your things, and yeah. So, another interesting note for those starting in the process, in the art of drawing, let's say, about the fine liners. The fine liners, this is 0.05 because it is very tiny. You see how tiny the tip it is. But I'm gonna show you now quick, so you see the difference. The large one I have, the thicker tip I have, is this 0.8. So you can see the 0.8 tip and the 0.05. So at the moment in this pack I have 0.05. Let me have a look. 0.1 is a little bit larger, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, and 0.8. Okay, depending on brands, depending on price as well that you want to spend as well, you can have multiple numbers. For this project I'm using most of the time 0.05. For some of the speed lines, like here at the top, when someone is jumping, or for the smoke, the steam, I used 0.1. Okay, maybe here I use 0.1 as well. We need to see how the drawing is gonna pan. At least for the tiny guy I need to use the tiny one to keep all the style, okay? But for this one I think I fancy to give it a little bit more of intention. As you can see, I started doing these lines with 005, and because I want those lines to be behind, it can be clever. It can be clever if I do 00, I do 01, that is one step above. In theory, if you want to showcase this, you see the line how it's much more stronger. If you want to showcase this as to have an obvious change or an obvious change in size for the pen, for this specific drawing you could go for 02, for example. 03 will be too much, because the 03 is gonna kill all the little lines that we've done inside. But for this, 02 is perfect. 01 is the one I pick because I like to do the lines thinner, okay? So when you draw, when you experiment with your colors, with your pens, try to do tests and see what is more convenient for you, okay? Let's not forget that there is like a basin here, so it's good if we try to simulate that there are some lines here, very tiny lines, representing, you know, there is like an object there that we don't see, like a shadow, okay? If you are happy, enjoying this type of videos as well, I think there is only one more video like this coming out, and then we're gonna go to draw other things. But if you are happy seeing these videos and you like the stories and you want to learn more about how to create stories like this, like I'm explaining today, all of these kind of steps and tricks and tips and things, you know, feel free to mention it in the comment section, so I know. Ask as well, or suggest if you want as well, if you want to see another project like this. As I said, I'm more than happy to do more of these, and they are useful for me because they keep me fresh in my ideas, in my world building, in my storytelling, and at the same time, if I'm happy with the result, I am putting these guys on my website as well, okay? I have a very nice website that I made from scratch, from a blank page, and I am very happy with it. I'm gonna put it as well in the show more section at the very bottom of the show more section, where I have all my links. You can find it there, okay? And feel free to have a look, go there, have a look, and you see all the things I am doing at the moment, okay? There are more things that I do, but they are not in the website, because you can't do a website about everything, exactly everything. But you are more than invited to go and have a look there, okay? Just a little bit of lines, just to remark the darkness of this hole, let's say there, okay? Like this. And maybe do a little bit of this like this, okay? As well, to create this kind of tunnel effect, a little bit darker, okay? Like this, like this, like this. I need to do the teeth a little bit more with this one, so it takes a little bit of priority here. As you see, I'm already bending there my neck. I'm gonna have back pain today because I'm here all bended, but it is what it is. And the black, a tiny bit of black here, just so we don't leave whites on the top. Okay, like this, like this, like this. So, as a tiny recap, because we finished the drawing for today, okay? As a tiny recap, we have been drawing Alethrion challenge that it lasts during the month of November. This is some sort of Inktober type of challenge, one prompt, one word per day during the whole month. I decided to do a story, like a comic, that you can follow on my Instagram. At the description, in the description you have the link. I have some videos here as well for you to see. This is organized by the Tales of Alethrion guys, that these are Skjaldborn studio. All the links in the description as well. Feel free to go and have a look. You are gonna love them. And I'm gonna be here during the month of November, okay? And after the next video, I'm gonna do something else. There's another project starting soon. in the month of December. Okay, so we'll talk about it when we start probably. But this is going so far. I think just to finalize here, we need to create a little bit of life, a little bit of interesting in the background as well. Okay, like a little bit of shadow. I like to do shadows like this. Okay, like here on the side, to create this effect. Okay, to create this effect. I don't want to go more into the wall because it can be nice only like this. Okay, something different for today. No, my main character, nothing like that. But I like it. I like it very, 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 very much. Let's see here the arm. Let's not forget about the tiny nails because these are demons. Okay. Okay. This is great. Let's sign for today and we finish for today, okay? Put this offside and I'm gonna be signing here tiny with pencil, okay? This is DavidViadel23, DavidViadel23, you can say it as you want, and this is the Mandragon's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you enjoyed the process. Feel free to like, subscribe, share with your friends, with your family, with your nakamas, with the travelers, with everyone, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Bye.